Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome into Tommy Bites TV. Thank y'all for joining me today. So I want to go over some banks that are closing. They put in the 90-day grace period that they have to put in with the OCC, and those dates are coming up. Some banks I have exact dates. Some banks I just have locations. So tune in, hit the like button when you come in. It does support the channel. It helps it get out to more people. Thank you guys for watching the previous video that I did. And thank you for being here today. Hey, my Renaissance grandma, how are you? Welcome in. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So I'm going to go ahead. Turn that down. Hey, it's never ending. How are you? Has anybody noticed how many yard sales there are going on, especially? Oh, yeah. It's a lot of them. Even at the churches, they have like community yard sales at the churches in really nice neighborhoods. I passed like 3 or 4 of them last weekend. Hey, Jen, welcome in. Hey, Joshua, how are you? Hey, Hebrew. I didn't know if I was even going to do a live today. I'm really tired. I'm really hurting. My youngest daughter had a doctor's appointment today, and they had to put her to sleep for the procedure. So I've been up since 3:30 this morning. So I'm looking forward to a nap. But this story I've had sitting on my desk for a couple of days, and then I searched and looked to see if there were any other banks, and yes, there are other banks as well. So I don't want this to be a long story, but I do want to bring you some news that you can use. Hopefully you can use it. Hebrew, it's a lot of chain restaurants are going out of business. Real low Southeast. Yeah, and I love both of those two restaurants. I love both of those restaurants, but yeah, they are closing up. They open the bridge back up in Texas. Are you telling me? You asked me because it probably is back open. I didn't bother to check because I've been busy today. Let me know if it's open. Let us know. That's a plus because that was the only bridge they had. So, you know. Hey, Aubrey. Yeah, Goodwill prices are high. I haven't been to Goodwill. I might need to go to Goodwill and see. But I do know that some thrift stores are shutting down. Some already have shut down. You know, it's bad. Thrift stores shutting down. People holding on to their items longer, and items that are in there, like you said, are too high for what they're worth. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. So this is PNC. We're gonna start with PNC first. We have 3 different banks that we're going to do. So PNC set to close more than 20 branches across the U.S. They said this back in January, and now those dates are coming up. That's the only reason why I'm not redoing, but letting you know again that PNC is about to close because they have 90 days. So if they did it in January, this is the month that the banks will be shutting down. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Thank you to those who are new and subscribed yesterday. I appreciate it. And I appreciate y'all hitting that like button because it did push the video a little bit more than usual. So that's appreciated. It says PNC plans to close more than 20 of its branches this year, according to regulators. Filings from the company closure comes after the financial institution shuttered more than 200 locations last year. I told you about that. The OCC, which is the Office of Comptroller, mandates banks to report any closures or openings of banks of branches. PNC filed notices to close branches at some point this year, though exact dates are not available. They did that in January, so that means their dates are coming up. The bank has already closed these 3 this year. 1151 Bankhead Highway, West Birmingham, Alabama. 100 West Randolph Street, Suite 120, Chicago. 300 West 7th Street, Fort Worth, Texas. Here are the list of the other branches set to close this year. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger for y'all. Hold it, hold it, hold it. See if I can make it a little bit bigger. Y'all see. Can y'all make that out? Can y'all make this out? I'm going back and forth between the screens to see if y'all can. I think y'all can see that. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish it so I can go to the next bank. Here's the list of the other branches set to close this year. 198 Green Springs Highway, Homewood, Alabama. 2936 Montgomery Highway, Dothan, Alabama. 12026 North 111th Avenue, Youngtown, Arizona. 16920 Van Buren Boulevard, Riverside, California. 701 Village Boulevard, West Palm Beach, Florida. 5320 Flynn Crossing Drive, Alpharetta, Georgia. 1640 West Fullerton Avenue, Chicago. 200 West Mulberry Street, Kokomo, Indiana. 2430, I said 24. 24385 Merleville Dean Road, Hollywood, Maryland. 19450 Haggerty Road, Livonia, Michigan. 222 West Main Street, Pickering, Michigan. 5932 Century Avenue, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 178 Bakery Square, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Wow, they got a lot of them closing in Pennsylvania. 4761 Liberty Avenue, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 60 Washington Street, East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. 512 North Oregon Street, El Paso, Texas. 2209 West Northwest Highway, Dallas, Texas. 411 State Highway, 147 Broadus, Texas. Now, there are, from the other bank that I'm about to tell y'all about, Texas has a number of them closing up. Let me stop sharing and go over to that one for you. See what y'all saying in the chat. Talking about Goodwill. Hey, Jamie. Okay, I went up too far. Oh, you can see. So I'm sorry. I'll try to make the next one a little bit bigger. I'm just seeing that you might have had a problem with that. But that's why I ran through it and went ahead on her. Let's see. Let's go to the next one. This one I just did. Wells Fargo continues to lay off in Des Moines Metro, but also has positions that are opened. Let me make this one bigger. Okay. Wells Fargo is laying off 24 employees from its West Des Moines campus, according to the state's worker adjustment and retaining notification called WARN. The latest round of layoff goes into effect July 14th and marks the bank's fourth round of job cuts since the beginning of the year. I know I just saw a little clip of, I didn't read the whole article, where Elon Musk fired some lady who was over a section of his company because she refused to lay off even more people than he wanted initially. So guess what he did? He laid her off. Well, he fired her and laid them off. So nobody's safe. No matter how high you are up on the totem pole, nobody is safe. It says Wells Fargo CEO announced in late 2023 he was anticipating severance costs of $750 million to $1 billion in the upcoming year. Well, I guess that time has come. Wells Fargo Central Iowa spokesperson released a statement that has accompanied the layoff. Somebody didn't write that right. All the layoffs they're talking about now. Yada, yada, yada. We review the conditions. But he noted that Wells Fargo does have 55 open jobs currently listed in Des Moines metro area. So they're laying off these 28 people. The most recent round of cuts brings it to 326. The publicly announced numbers of workers cut in April 2023 from Wells Fargo was 1442 positions, and then they had cut more people back in 2018. So they've been cutting even before the pandemic, and the pandemic just made it worse. So moving on. What's this one? Is this the one I was looking for? Yeah. Yep. But it's too big. I gotta reduce that just a little bit. It's too big for the screen. Let's see. So we have the U.S. Bank is also closing branches. American banks have been closing underperforming branches in the recent months. The U.S. Bank is no exception. The bank announced the closing of 23 branches this year. In addition to branch closings by Wells Fargo, Capital One is closing banks, and Bank of America, among others. Okay. I know I didn't share that. I was having trouble getting it to share. The next bank is Bank of America. Y'all know they be having their problems, whether they're closing accounts or freezing people's accounts so they can't get their money. It says that, let me see if I can, let me try it one more time and see if it'll share, because it didn't want to share the last story. Can y'all, did it pop up? Let me see. Okay, we sharing, because sharing is caring. Bank of America continues to announce the closure of several of their branches across the country, and that's including the state of Texas. Last year, this financial institution, like many others, closed several of their branches. It said that the banking needs had changed. Y'all know they're trying to move everything to online and get rid of the brick and mortar because that's more money they got to pay out. So it says, furthermore, some branches are just no longer profitable. So financial institutions have also decided to close or shutter them. I had a list in here. Bank of America branches closing soon in Texas. The closure of bank branches is documented by, okay, we already did that one for the other story. Y'all know about the OCC and them having to report it. Taking into account that the closure announcement must be made at least 90 days in advance, we can estimate that the February and March bulletins include information on the Bank of America branches that could begin to close starting this month and in June. So in February, Bank of America shared the advance notice of closure in Texas of 3 branches located at 6414 San Felipe Street, Houston, Texas, 1925 Dallas Parkway, Plano, Texas, 2015 Court Road, Plano, Texas. Additionally, in March, Bank of America shared the advance notice of closures in Texas of a branch located at 3900 North Interregional in Austin. On the other hand, in April this year, the upcoming closure of the following branches in Texas was reported. So they could begin to close as early as July, keeping intact with the 90 days. And that's 6085 Campbell Road, Dallas, Texas, 15110 Dallas Parkway, Suite 100A, Dallas, Texas, and 101 Southeast 11th Avenue Suite 100 Amarillo, Texas. In addition to the Bank of America closures, other banks will also close some of their branches in Texas. Let's see. Here's some of the banks that's registered with the OCC. First, NB Texas Bank is registered with the OCC, and that was, well, they didn't say what month they registered, but that means they are going to be closing within whatever date they registered. PNC Bank, which we just went over PNC, but the PNC 2401 University Boulevard, Houston, Texas, PNC at 600, in Laredo, Texas, and PNC Bank at 700 San Bernardino Avenue in Laredo, Texas. Wells Fargo Bank also reported to OCC that they will be shutting down in Cypress, Texas, and also in Arlington, Texas. Lone Star Capital Bank reported to OCC that they will be shutting down in 90 days in San Antonio, Texas. PNC Bank again in Beaumont, Texas. PNC Bank in Laredo, Texas. PNC Bank in Odessa, Texas. Wells Fargo Bank in San Marcos, Texas, also reported to the OCC they will be closing in 90 days. Wood Forest Bank, aren't those inside of Walmart? I've never seen a Wood Forest outside of a Walmart. But they reported that they will be closing in 90 days in Woodlands, Texas. Inwood National Bank also said they would be shutting down in Commerce, Texas. State North Bank of Groom, never heard of it, in Yellow, Texas, say that they will be shutting down. So that's a list of those banks that will be shutting down. Let me stop sharing for a second. Make sure I did all the ones I wanted to do. So I'm not going to pop this one up, but a Wells Fargo bank, a Meridian Wells Fargo branch hit by a car will close because of declining transaction patterns. So a car ran into the building. And they said, well, car ran into the building. We don't really get a lot of transactions up in here. We're going to go ahead and close this bank for good. So that's what's happening at that bank. Hold on. I'm going to delete that one. Go here. Let's see if I can share it so you can see it. Please work again. Please work again. I don't know if that's it. Yep, that's it. This bank right here, a car hit it. That means you was planning to close it anyway, right? but you're using that as an excuse. It says Meridian Wells Fargo branch hit by car will close because of declining transaction patterns. So, yeah, they will be shutting down. I gotta make it bigger because I can't see those little tiny words. Oh, can't see tiny words with tired eyes. It says Wells Fargo branch at 55 Centennial Avenue next to the Centennial Plaza Shopping Center on the city's west side is scheduled to permanently close on August 7th. And that's according to Wells Fargo officials. Following the shutdown, Wells Fargo will have one bank in Meridian at 820 East Main Street, about 3 miles east of 55 Centennial. The Meridian branch will be closing on August 7th due to a change in customer preferences and declining transaction patterns. We encourage customers to visit the Meridian East Side branch, Wells Fargo said. The Meridian East branch is in a high traffic retail area, making it more convenient for our customers. In fact, many Meridian West customers already familiar with the bank. They're already visiting that particular bank on the east side. And they say they plan to install a new ATM in the vicinity of the closing. So they'll still have access to a ATM, but they won't have access to the bank itself. So that's a lot of bank closures, y'all. That is a lot of bank closures. What y'all got to say about that? Hey, JR, it was good seeing you today. I went to visit JR. Well, I went for the doctor's appointment, but I couldn't leave. I said, I need to go visit JR. Jen's in the house. Thank you for being here. Town banks going up. I've not heard of town banks. What state is that? Is never ending. What state is town banks in, really? That's okay, VM. You here now? Some credit card companies are now charging $1.99 a month to receive a paper statement. Well, I mean, most companies have been charging for that anyway. That's why they try to get you to do, the app or email or whatever. Paperless billing is what they call it. Because I think they do that with the electric company here. I know they do it with the water company here. Okay, you believe they're headquartered in Philadelphia. Well, it makes sense with all those banks that are closing in Philadelphia, well, in Pennsylvania. It makes perfect sense. Canadian in Canada. Oh, you're asking? I haven't done a story on Canada Bank. Now, I've done a UK story. I haven't seen any. Let me look real quick. Actually, they do. Bank of Canada warns financial system on the brink. That was 3 days ago. Let me, I haven't read it, obviously, because I just pulled it up. So let me see. Let's see. So they have 3 things here. They have one story that says closing bell, National Bank of Canada up on, what? National Bank of Canada up on detailed price information for National Bank of Canada. So they're selling it? Okay. Let's go to this one. Since you ask, and I shall provide. Bank of Canada warns financial system on the brink and prepare for fallout. See, I don't think they'll ever write a story like that over here. I'm just saying, I don't think that they would. Okay. I'm gonna make it bigger when I go back in there. I just want to make sure it was showing. Let's see. So beat, y'all. Beat. Okay. The Bank of Canada's governor recently addressed mounting concerns about housing affordability and the potential increase in capital gains tax rate in Canada, emphasizing that these issues have placed considerable stress on the financial system and the resulting consequences are beginning to emerge. We don't even speak like that over here, like for real. It says, during the launch of the central bank's annual financial stability report on May 9th, the governor highlighted potential catalysts that could lead to significant fallout within the financial system. Rising mortgages and credit card debts raise concern. I mean, I think that's here and in Canada, honestly. It said interest rates have reached 23-year peak in Canada, prompting the bank to closely monitor the ability of both institutions and households that manage their debts, alongside assessing asset valuations, which appear to be overstretched. No kidding, Sherlock. Most Canadian mortgages having a 5-year term. Really? There's concern about the impact of higher rates when households start renewing their mortgages. Additionally, there's growing stress among renters and increased arrears on credit cards and auto loans for households without mortgages. Yeah, so basically everything's going up. And then they said rate cuts could make the situation worse. Oh, my Lord. Yeah. So there you go. They didn't say anything about any banks closing, just saying that, prepare for the worst, basically. Prepare for the fallout is what it said. Let's see. Hey, welcome in, Shannon. Welcome to the channel. Shannon is now a cousin, y'all. She joined yesterday. I appreciate that. I got quite a few yesterday, more than I've gotten in a while, new family members, and I appreciate y'all being here. So that's it for the bank closures here in the U.S. I'm about to get off and your girl about to take a little nap, but feel free to hit that like button so this will push the video out to more people. More people will know what's happening and stay with the news you can use on Tommy Bites TV. And don't forget, I do homesteading over here. I just don't show it a lot. And I will see y'all in the next video. I love you, but God loves you more. He created only one you, so be the best you that you can be. And when you are, go out and spread God's love. Peace, love, and light. Thanks for being here on Tommy Bites TV. Smooches. I'll call you.